guys, Jay. Welcome back to the channel. So guys, some brand new details have come out about the McFarlane gold label Batmobile, which was highly rumored to be released in 2025, but apparently something just dropped last night, which kind of blew everybody's socks away. And I wanted to get into the nitty-gritty about what was released on McFarlane Toys' Twitter and social media pages about the Dark Knight Trilogy Tumbler Batmobile. Yes, guys, this is absolutely crazy. Let's take a deep dive into this and see exactly what was detailed in these tweets, because this one is definitely going to be an exclusive you don't want to miss out on. Let's have a look, everybody. Early this year on WonderCon 2024, In Pursuit of Toys on Instagram was there and was front and center where they revealed that the Tumbler would be released in summer of 2025. Apparently, something got lost in the translation. As of yesterday, McFarlane Toys posted on their Instagram account revealing that not just one, but two Tumblers would be released in 2024 for pre-order. The first of which would be the Camouflage Tumbler Gold Label from the Dark Knight Rises film, which pre-orders will launch on May 31st exclusively on Amazon.com. This is an incredible looking vehicle and has the military deco, which was prominently featured in the Batman Begins. The photos showcased in the tweet also showed that Bane could fit inside of the Tumbler, meaning that this is quite a lot of room inside of the actual vehicle, as Bane is quite larger than many characters in the 7-inch scale for the Batman and DC Multiverse action figure line. But of course, the most anticipated news to be released by McFarlane only an hour later was the fact that Lucious Fox and the Tumbler Gold Label 2-pack from the Dark Knight film launches for pre-order on May 31st exclusively at McFarlane Toy Store. This is the one that everyone has been waiting for, and the photos themselves are absolutely gorgeous. The Tumbler, although looking impressive in a military-style deco, really shines with the sleek black nature as Batman's Batmobile in Batman Begins. This iconic look for the Tumbler really is incredibly striking, and we can see small highlights of paint deco, including weathering on certain parts of the vehicle, little points where the paint is chipping off, and highlights of gold and silver trim all over the Tumbler itself. Coupling with the fact that this actually can fit two full characters in the vehicle is an absolute bonus, as the Michael Keaton Batmobile from the '89 Batman movie could only fit one passenger, and was a major complaint for most fans, coupled with the fact that this is actually a 2-pack, similar to the way the gold label version was available for the Keaton Batmobile. Including Lucious Fox with this particular Batmobile is a stroke of genius, and we can see just how iconic this pairing looks. Lucious Fox, of course, having the likeness of Morgan Freeman, especially with this particular sculpt presented here, is amazing. I really applaud the efforts that have been put forward by McFarlane to make this happen. A little bit of searching reveals the actual packaging design, which has shown up on several different Chinese websites and Instagram pages. The gold label box, of course, is very much in line with box art that has been released by McFarlane in the past. We can see here Lucious Fox and the Tumbler in more of a sketched out 3D version of the actual design. The reverse of the box features the actual Tumbler vehicle itself, Lucious Fox standing right beside the vehicle, giving it a sense of scale and highlighting the fact that it actually has an accessory satchel. And we can see here in the feature window that this seats two figures, Batman and Lucious Fox himself. The background appears to be from the Dark Knight Rises scene in front of the government building where Batman and Bane square off, and is fitting as one of the last appearances of the Tumbler in its final form. And thanks to Toy News International, a great resource for Toy News all year round, give them a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. In-hand images have appeared courtesy of Instagram page ALaw2046, who's based in Hong Kong. ALaw has posted several different photos of the Tumbler in hand, and we'll take a closer look at some of those photos right now. Here's a shot of the size comparison for the Tumbler itself, along with the front portion of the Tumbler ejected in its bike mode. We can see that Catwoman is riding on the vehicle itself, giving an overall indication of just how big these two vehicles are in scale. Here we can see a closer detail shot of the Tumbler and some more of the actual details in regular lighting. It's interesting to see all of the gold trim that is actually present in the final vehicle, and if we look closer, we can see that some of that weathering paint deco is very much present and really well done, in my opinion, for the actual Tumbler itself. In this shot, we can actually see Lucious Fox sitting inside the Tumbler, and we can see just how big this vehicle is. It's absolutely massive. The fact that it has two seats really does give us the overall sense of scale, and I really do love and appreciate the fact that they were actually able to do this for this release of the Tumbler. On this shot, it's actually a lot easier to see just how big Lucious Fox is in comparison to the Tumbler, and this vehicle is absolutely massive. Here we have a direct comparison of all three vehicles. One is from McFarlane, and the other one, I believe, is a different release altogether. But seeing them all side by side, we really can tell that the scale works very well with each other for either of these vehicles in the Batman trilogy. The canopy opening really is an iconic look for the Tumbler, and it really is well captured, and I am amazed at how incredible the interior looks along with the overall look of the vehicle. McFarlane really has outdone themselves with this Batmobile. Here's another look at the figures themselves. This one, of course, is the Dark Knight Rises Bane. He looks absolutely massive, but as we've seen in the pictures provided by McFarlane, he will fit into the Tumbler, which is an impressive feat. Quite a marvel seeing all of these characters in this one image. We see Bruce Wayne sitting in the cockpit, Lucious Fox, and of course Selina Kyle riding on the Tumbler bike. This full collection really is something amazing for all fans of the Dark Knight trilogy. And finally, we get a comparison of the size relationship between the Tumbler and the Batmobile. This is something I never thought I'd see, and it really is quite striking. The Batmobile does edge out the Tumbler in terms of overall length, but in terms of girth and proportions, you really cannot beat this Tumbler, as it really is the behemoth that we have all come to expect. And I'm really excited that McFarlane Toys was able to get this as a two-seater, answering all the concerns of fans for this particular release. In terms of the overall pre-orders, we do know that the first gold label camouflage Tumbler will be released exclusively on May 31st on Amazon.com. This particular version does not come with Bane and is rumored to be around $69.99 on Amazon.com. McFarlane.com appears to be holding on to the Tumbler for their own exclusive release. This gold label 2-pack from the Dark Knight film launches on the same day, May 31st, exclusively at the McFarlane Toy Store. This is crazy, guys. This one's going to be one to really fight over. A lot of people are fans of the Dark Knight trilogy, and the Tumbler is so iconic as the Batmobile in that set of films. So get yourselves ready, everybody. 2 different fronts to actually try and get your hands on either of these vehicles. Mark your calendars down, because May 31st is going to be a day of reckoning for anyone looking to pick up either of these iconic vehicles from the Dark Knight trilogy. Wow. Wow. This is absolutely nuts. When the first Batmobile was released and details about the Batman 89 Batmobile surfaced for the Flash edition, that went absolutely nuts and sold out very quickly on Amazon.com and on the online store for McFarlane. And then when they released the details for the special edition gold label, which had a matte finish, corrected the problems with the canopy, and of course came with a exclusive figure, the 2-piece set, that was huge and really got people riled up in terms of its overall availability. This release with the Tumbler has been actually very interesting in the way it's been rolled out. Amazon is obviously getting the camo version of the Tumbler, which was featured very heavily in The Dark Knight Rises in this particular color scheme. And now we're finding out that the Batmobile itself is going to be an exclusive, only available on McFarlane.com. This is starting to line up with the whole idea that the availability for exclusives of this nature are going to be a lot less available, as toy companies are sort of scaling back and really thinking about their bottom line. After all, back in 2022 and 2023, we were seeing a lot of action figures showing up on retailers' clearance warehouses and other places at massively discounted prices. And I think that's something that the toy industry wants to start avoiding en masse, as the profit margins for all these toys seem to be dwindling in those cases. It's also not a good look for anybody if these things start showing up at clearance warehouses like Ollie's or Big Lots. And I think that the industry is really moving towards an idea of more conservative number of releases for adult collectibles, because of retail's not stocking them properly or having a difficult time distributing them across all of their stores, and then ending up liquidating them a few months later seems to have become a bit of a problem across the industry. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Are you really interested in picking up one of these tumblers, whether it be the camo version on Amazon or the McFarlane exclusive version on McFarlaneToys.com? Are you interested in the camo version at all, as it was heavily featured in Batman Begins as well as the Dark Knight trilogy in its original form? Or are you a Batman purist and really do want the original Batmobile Tumbler and adding that to your collection? Or do you think that this exclusivity on Amazon and McFarlane Toy Store is kind of ridiculous and that this particular vehicle should definitely be offered to the public in places like Walmart, Target, or other fan channels? Please leave those comments in the comment section below, guys. If you enjoyed this episode, please do leave me a like. It really does help me out. And if you're in the position to help out the channel, please consider checking out my Patreon page. It's MegaJ Retro on Patreon. Guys, the patrons and channel members of this channel help me make wonderful episodes every single week, and I couldn't do it without them. They are the best. Thank you so much for your support, everybody. It really means the world to me. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Good journey, everybody. Geek proud.